Well, it's been a hot one, and I haven't been out here a whole lot in the past few days, but cool down a little bit, I'm out here now. Now, the last exciting episodes, I was working on Morse tapers, showing you that I do it the easy way. There's a lot of people out there that like to do things the hard way. But out in this country, if you do things the hard way, you starve or you get your ass fired. So I do things the easy way. And a lot of other people do things the easy way and only get out the sine bars and gauge blocks when you need them. But fitting tapers and things like that does not have to be hard like a lot of people try to make it. So I do things the easy way and it works just fine. Now here is that Morse taper number 4, import ER40 collet chuck. I have a straight shank Albrecht 1/16 to 5/8. What do you call these? Automatic hand tightening type drill chucks. I generally like the key type better, but these are awfully nice, and that's real Albrecht. And that's one of the purposes of this adapter that had the bad taper. Now it's in there solid, and I can make use of these chucks I have with straight shanks by putting them in a ER40 collet. So that's a nice thing it's done. Then I got that adapter up there right in the middle with a small version of this in there, and that's very handy too. Well, I took and mounted a 4.5 or 4 3/8 inch Skinner 4-jaw, and that's this right here. Very small little chuck. I'll put my hand on it. You can see how small it is. But I'll tell you, this Axelson is really quite remarkable. You can do bench lathe-like size stuff on it. So the 4-inch jaw chucks are pretty cool. And I found a matching chuck to this. That Skinner, I found a Skinner 4 1/4 or 4 3/8 3-jaw. So I'm going to make a back plate for it. I've run out of old back plates to modify, so I'm carving this one out of a chunk of cast iron I've been dinking around with. I got quite a few pieces of it. So I'm going to make a couple of cuts on here and show you this old machine working. So I'll get this on the tripod here, and I'm going to show you the easy way of making D-type back plates. And in this case, it's a D16, a big one, pretty big. So I'll fire this thing up here, and I'm running it at 264 RPM. And I'm making cuts here at just about 11 thousandths per revolution. So let's get that going at 264. 4 cents change there. Okay, I think we're okay. I think I can move you a little bit closer on this tripod. Now I'm going to feed this in 40 thou. I'll switch tools in a little bit. Let's see if we get her up there and touch it. That's it. Kick it in 40 thou. 2040. Lock that carriage up. And hit the power feed and give it that 11 thousandths. I'm going to stand over here and let you take the brunt of the chips. Real happy at 40 thousandths, leaves a good finish. Just about like that. Kick it in another 40. $20, $40. It'll take a bit deeper, but leaves a little rougher finish and probably harder on that insert. That's just a TNMG 332. I have to knock that shoulder completely off. 20, 40 depth. I got to put this rag over my arm here. Those chips are pretty hot. I think this is good quality cast iron. It's really quite hard. So I think it'll make really good D16 back plate. A little bit of tool action going on here. Yeah, this Axelson's been remarkable. It'll do small parts, medium parts, and actually some fairly large parts. 20, 40. Pretty happy there. I'll go ahead and do a 50 cut. That's pretty smooth. I'm going to give it another 10 thousandths here. We'll go 50 thou. I just don't know if that tool would be very happy cutting 100 thou. Sparking a little bit. Okay. The tool's holding up fine though. We'll do another 50. Get that shoulder off there. A little bit of Axelson action here. Okay. Now we'll see. Excuse me. I'll go ahead and take that. It's about 30. Okay, I'm going to set this to 0. back that up a little bit and get to the center. Let me get that cleaned up nice. I'll do it at 40. I don't know if I'm hanging up. We'll see. Lock up the carriage. We'll see if it wants to cut. That's doing fine. Yeah, that's good finish for cast iron. Like I said, it's a little bit on the hard side. And that's just fine for a D16 back plate. Okay. I'll back this off and look at it a little bit. A little bit rough. I'm going to put a finishing tool in there and get a good finish, and I'll be right back with that. Okay, I got a Walter DNMG 432 Tiger cut here. Kind of a general purpose quality cutter. And I don't know if I need to change the insert, but I'm going to give it a try. Here's what I was using. TNMG 332, 3/8 inner circle. This has, being a 432, is 1/2 inch inner circle. Larger tool. Okay, I'm going to speed it up a little bit here. I'm going to try 351. That looks good right there. And I'm going to go a little bit shallower. I'm going to keep the feed the same, about 11 thousandths. Just get it touched off. Okay. I'm going to feed that in 25 thousandths. Lock that carriage up. I think you can see okay there. Okay, here we go. Sparking just a little bit there. Now, it kind of verging on going a little too fast. You can see it increased on that diameter. But I think it's good. We'll see what it looks like. A little bit rough there. I'm going to try changing the angle a little bit, and I'll drop that speed back down. Get some of them chips out of there. This insert could be getting just a little bit dull too. Okay. We'll touch it off again. about, we tried 30. I'm gonna drop that speed down though. Okay, back to 264. I think that should be good, we'll see. With a little bit better angle in it. All right. Oh, that's a lot better. Okay, now I got to put that angle in it for the nose location. Now I'll be back. Okay, so I popped the chuck off with the work in it, the unfinished back plate, and I've got these back plates fit pretty carefully, and that will go back on. Now this is a back plate I just worked on for this 8-inch union steel 4-jaw chuck. I shortened up the mount as much as possible, and it's working better than it ever has. So up here, I'm doing things the easy way. I'm dialing in the taper here with this 10th indicator that is really quite sensitive. As you can see, it has 4 thousandths per revolution, and it's in there within a 10th. Oh, so carefully. I'm quite happy with that. Climbs maybe a 10th or 2. I've checked it at several positions, of course, and I'm calling it good right there. I'm calling it good, I tell you. Doing things the easy way here. So I'll go ahead and get that chuck back in, and we'll cut the mating taper. Back with that. Okay, back here at the Axelson lathe. And I've got the piece in here. I've got the angle set on the compound rest. I've got a boring bar in here with it choked up about as good as I can get it, because I want this to be very solid. And I'm going to go to a depth here of 700 thousandths. So I set my, what is that, bed stop. And I haven't actually used this bed stop yet, but I'm going to make use of it now. Just shy of how deep, let's get over here and look. This is the tapered portion here. And that's 710 thousandths deep, so I'm going to cut it 700 deep, then skim it another 10 thousandths and get it at the correct depth. And then I'm going to start cutting that bevel. Now, here's something you don't see on the fake machinist forums. And the fake machinist on them is you can use a Starrett 123 vernier caliper on the inside track, and you can see the nubs or the nibs right here. And that's an angle right there, and you can drop this like that and back it off with the adjuster screw here until it wants to just touch with those nibs. And that's how I'm going to gauge the part over there when I start cutting the angle. But first I'm just cutting a square-sided hole, a recess, until I get within a good range. Then I'll start using the angle on the compound rest and cut it until this reads where I want it to on the inside track here, using those nibs on the jaws that you can see drops at about center. I may use the 12-inch caliper because it's a little more robust, a little heavier. And I will cut the taper to match this taper using this gauge. Okay? Then the next step will be taking this piece out. I'm going to locate the holes in this piece. This is a D16 back plate, and I'm only going to use three pins. And it doesn't need 6 pins for a 4-inch 3-jaw chuck. And not all back plates use all 6 pins. Sometimes you can use 3, like on lightweight chucks. Some use 2 for like a dog driving back plate. And some use 4. And it'd be like 2 close together on one side, then 2 close together on the other side. And I've seen that done with smaller 4-jaw chucks on a D16 backplate. Okay, I'll get the camera set up and we'll start doing the recess over here. Okay, gonna start working out that recess for the taper. Taking about 50 thousandths out. I think I'll try to up that a little bit. Yeah, I got the solid stop installed here, so I have the feed clutch on pretty lightly. Okay. I'm going to go 100 thousandths here. 150 will be the mark. Let's see if it'll swallow that. That's doing okay. Yeah, that is on 100 more thousandths. Okay. Dial in another 100 thou here. If I'm reading that correctly, I better touch off again. There we go. That's a positive rake insert. $50 thousandths depth of cut. Looks good. Take another 100 thousandths. Not going to be a whole lot left of my part here. That's the way it goes. A lot of times you end up with more removed than you have left. Looks good. Okay, I will come back for the angle. I got a ISCAR notching bar in there, and this insert will cut both directions plus make a notch. And I got a cutter relief down at the bottom of the taper here, so I'm going to go ahead and do it with that. Then I'm going to have to get a real sharp something in there to get a good finish on that taper. So I'll roll this in. Carefully. Okay, that seems to be the bottom. I'm going to back it out. I'm going to feed it in about 5/1000ths. It's cutting a little bit there. See if I can get an okay finish on that bottom. That positive brake insert did not leave a really good looking finish. Okay, now I'm cutting the groove. I got plenty of meat to work with on this. There we go. I think that's a very substantial groove. Very substantial. Did a nice job too. I may try to cut the angle with that and see how it does. Okay, I will be back. Okay, this bar here will cut that angle. So I'm going to feed it in about 30-40 at a time here. Using the top slide or the compound rest to feed this in at about 7 degrees approximately. Cleaning up okay here. That's an ISCAR top-notch bar in there. Looks like it's doing an okay job cutting that taper. Okay, I'm gonna take about a 10/1000th cut. And then gauge it and see how far we gotta go. Looking very good. Nice and clean. Okay. I'll go dig out the vernier caliper. I'll set everything at 0 here. and I will be back. We'll take a quick look at it though before I turn the camera off. Yeah, starting to form that taper in there. Got a little cleanup to do there. Oh, it's coming along good. It's a scratch built D16 mounting plate. Okay, decided to go with the Starrett 123 12-inch master vernier caliper. It's a little heavier, a little more solid, and I can determine the size, I think, just a little bit better with this heavier gauge here. And I've got 40 thousandths to go. So down here, I got an indicator. I'm going to get the spindle going. I got wrote here the size that it needs to be from the piece that I'm using as a master, which is a good chuck mount, 4.110. So I got to feed it in 20 thousandths. I'm going to ease up on it. Feed it in 5 at a time. I want to see if I can get a decent finish. Okay, what do we got there? Right about there. To go a little closer than that. I'm gonna have to touch off on it. I think I moved it back a little too far. There we go. Now if I go a little too far, all I got to do is face that part a little bit. I got a lot of meat to work with here. Okay, now not to lose my place, get this reset. That's on 0. Then I'm just going to back it straight out. I won't lose my place. Let's see where we're at. Okay. Well, I've got a ways to go here. Okay, I'm going to take a 10,000th depth. Okay, I'll get this returned where it was. Okay, that's it. Back this up. And on this dial, let's see if I can use the knob here to get it to 0. Okay, when you're cutting stuff, you should only adjust the cross slide with the machine running. The movements on this Axelson are excellent. Nice looking finish at that depth. I think you can see. Okay, I'm good at that point. Everything's on 0. Back it up. Using the nibs on the ends of those jaws. Oh, I'm very, very close. Eight. Let's see where. It's like 45.5. I'm 15 thousandths from size. And I'm going to leave it slightly tight. Get everything back. Okay, something like that. Get this back on 0. And I'm going to feed it in 7 thousandths to make the last cut. All looks good. Seven thousandths. A little bit of stick slip as it runs. It's kind of kicking over a little. I'm going to call that very good. and feed it in for the last time. Looking really good. That's a nice cutter. I'm never disappointed with this car. The ways on the top slide here, the compound rest, are automatically lubricated on this machine. Excellent finish. Okay. Okay, I'm going to back it out. Looking good. Oh, gotta lock that. Might be slightly tight, but I've got these vernier calipers up to 48 inch. The standard accuracy on vernier calipers, it's a government spec, is 1/2 thousandths per foot. Kind of tricky. Easier if the part's laying flat. I'm 2 thousandths under, and I think that's just perfect. Okay, I think I'll call this a video at this point, part 1, and then when I do the holes here, that'll be part 2. Thanks for tuning in, and I will be back. Well, let's have a look at how this fits. And it fits really nice. Just really nice. A little bit on the snug side, and that's good. Let's check the contact. Looks good. See, I got some ink at quarters here. Quarter position. See? Very nice contact. I would say near perfection. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. This didn't take very long to do without a lot of screwing around. It's hard to make videos, so that kind of makes things take a little bit more time. Okay, I'm going to come back with part 2, and we're going to put holes in this and 3 pins. And I bought a little 4 1/4 inch chuck off eBay, little Skinner, and it'll be here within a week, I guess. But I'll go ahead and get the back plate ready, And I'll be back in a bit with part 2. Thanks for tuning in.